Sunday fun day. Hold on, y'all. I think I need to clean my camera. Hold on. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Uh-oh. Okay, that's a lot better. How are y'all doing? Happy Sunday fun day, y'all. It's been a minute, but I am back. I've been busy, but it is all good. It is all good. But y'all, we gonna get into it because Trump then called the Obamas in for, oh my goodness. Y'all, and he said that he is not apologizing. Can y'all believe that? Hey, loving myself, how are you? Welcome. Can y'all believe that he then did this? Oh my God, loving myself since I saw that. Hey, Dita, how are you? Welcome. This is crazy. This is really crazy. Y'all seen where Trump put Obama, Michelle Obama, and Barack Obama with the monkey faces? Basically calling them the N-word. But y'all, we're gonna get into it because I'm telling you, he said he is not apologizing. But the post was taken down. I'm telling you, it is crazy. Hey, TY, how are you? TY says yes because he doesn't get no at all. TY, he does not even care. He has no respect, no respect. And he said he's the least basically prejudiced, president person, that has come across, I guess, the White House. But y'all, we gonna get into it. This is ridiculous. This is crazy. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable the way that he has been acting ever since that he's been in the White House, right? He has been in the White House, and this is crazy. D Dot says he's calling them monkeys. Yes, he's calling them monkeys and being so disrespectful. This is unbelievable. But y'all, let's go ahead and turn it around and let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into it because I'm telling you, hold on, this is unbelievable. I could not believe this. But y'all, let's turn it around and let's continue. Happy Sunday Fun Day, fam, y'all. Let's continue. Let's go.
President Trump says he's not apologizing for a video that featured racist images of the Obamas being posted on one of his social media accounts, but it's not stopping a hail of criticism from leaders in both parties and Congress, as well as local civil rights activists. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin has more on what they're saying tonight.
We're talking about racist images that portray former President Barack Obama and his wife, former First Lady Michelle Obama, as apes. Now, of course, normally we would never show you racist content, but we are showing you this in the context of the story, meaning the context of the president's own social media page where this was shown. So here it is. You can see the faces of the Obamas.
Can y'all see what Trump posted? Put a one in the chat if y'all find that to be disrespectful. I mean, I cannot believe that he did this on his platform, on his social media platform. He didn't put this on his social media platform. When I say this is disrespectful to the ultimate, this is so disrespectful. But y'all, let's continue. This is crazy. And he said that he is not apologizing. Y'all, this is crazy.
On the animated bodies of two primates in a jungle. It was shared on President Trump's Truth Social page Thursday, and it shows up towards the end of a roughly 1 minute long video highlighting debunked claims about the 2020 election. The White House says the ape images were part of an internet meme showing President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. But later, the White House said a staffer made the post by mistake. Civil rights leaders.
That was not no mistake. I'm sorry, that was not no mistake. Anytime you are sitting there posting something on your social media account, there's no way that this was an accident. I'm sorry. When you hit the submit button, hey all in, how are you? When you hit the submit button every time that we post on social media, we know what we're posting. We know what we are posting. It's not like you hit the button and another picture appears. It doesn't work like that. But y'all, let's continue.
And conservative opinion writers in our area are speaking out as well as many congressional members. But here's the Reverend Dr. Linda Anthony, president of the NAACP Detroit branch. Well, I hope we go from here to have a better situation for all people. As long as we have this individual in office, that would not be the case. But more important than what he does is what the people do. The people have to say enough is enough. The people have to get out and vote. In spite of him saying he wants to nationalize the voting process, in spite of ICE, we still must melt the ice through our voting and our participation.
He made a lot of inroads with Black voters during the election. I think he's lost a lot of that support, and for good reason. I think they.
Hey, Sassy, wait, hold on. Somebody said, hold on, you guys. Loving My Soul says, oh, what? To condolences to Wendy Williams and her family. Okay, I don't know what happened to Wendy Williams. Is that must be something new, you guys? I don't know. Is that something new with Wendy Williams? Let me know, Loving Myself, because I'm not sure if that's like something new, some breaking news. But y'all, this is crazy. I don't know if you guys voted for Trump, but I didn't. I don't even vote. Why do I need to vote and waste my precious time to stand in line to vote for somebody like him? Like, I would not. I would definitely not waste my precious time. I have more things to do. Okay, Dida says, yes, the lounge came from me. Oh, okay. Okay, Dida, I didn't know. Something happened. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. But y'all, let's continue because this thing with Trump calling the Obamas an word, basically, you might as well say putting them up there with looking like monkeys. And I don't believe what he's saying. Something about the king of the jungle. No, whenever somebody does that or says something to a black person, that is discrimination. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
To see an answer for what he was thinking behind this.
Black Trump allies in Congress are also criticizing the post-Republican Congressman John James of Metro Detroit said on X, quote, I was shocked and appalled by that post. I know the president. He is not racist. I'm glad to see that trash has been taken down. The only black Republican in the Senate is also weighing in, saying he was praying that this was fake. We're talking about Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, who said it was the most racist thing he has seen out of this White House. He demanded that the White House take it down. Of course, the White House did take it down. President Trump said he had a conversation with Senator Scott about this and called the senator a good guy. Meantime, we will continue to follow the fallout related to all of this in downtown Detroit. Dave Kinchin on the Ed.
Wow. Wow, this is crazy, you guys. He said he's not even going to apologize. Can y'all believe that? Oh my God. Sassy said somebody else passed away too. Let me see. Sassy says somebody, hey, how's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Somebody else passed away. It's a lot going on, y'all. It's a whole lot going on. Wendy lost her father. Oh, okay, okay. Wow. I feel sorry for Wendy Williams because she's already in that conservatorship thing. Also, they were giving her a hard time when she wanted to go visit her father. Do y'all remember that? So rest in peace to Wendy Williams' father. This is sad. But y'all, um, Trump said he's not apologizing. He is not apologizing. That is crazy. That is really, really crazy. He said he is not apologizing and basically get somebody else to do it because he said he's not apologizing. When I say that is crazy and beyond belief, y'all, we've never seen, at least I haven't seen a president act as crazy as Trump. I mean, I haven't. That's why I said I have not voted and I never will vote. Why do I need to stand in line and spend my precious time getting a vote in for somebody who acts like this, like a whole plum fool? I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Get somebody else to do it. My time is more precious than voting for somebody who act like this. Very unprofessional. But y'all, let's continue.
President Trump reposted an election conspiracy video that included this racist image. As you can see, the faces of former President Barack Obama, the former First Lady Michelle Obama, are put onto. Moments ago, the president deleted this post with this image. A senior White House official tells CNN a White House staffer, erroneously made the post. It has been taken down. Now, that was after Republican Senator Tim Scott, the only Black Republican senator, responded to the video on social media, writing, quote, Prank, it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House. The president should remove it. Now, it does seem like the president or somebody in the White House listened because, as we said moments ago, it was deleted from the president's handle on his social media platform.
Now, wait a minute. Put a one in the chat. Do y'all think that this was an accident or somebody else posted this? Do y'all believe that? Because I don't believe that. My eyes are wide open. I don't believe none of this stuff that they telling us. That, oh no, it was an accident. There's no way that you post something on social media and it's an accident. When you go to post something, you know exactly what you're posting. Y'all, I don't believe this for one moment. My eyes are wide open. There's no way. If you guys are social media people or even people who post on social media, y'all know whenever you're doing your post, ready to post your thing, it's asking you what you're posting and it's showing you what you're about to post. So there's no way that this was an accident. There's no way this was not supposed to come out there. No, it was supposed to come out there. These are his natural true feelings. But y'all, let's continue.
Now, it is worth noting Senator Scott is usually a very close and is a close Trump ally. He also leads the Senate Republican campaign arm, which means his job is to get GOP senators elected and re-elected this November. I'm joined by a terrific group of reporters here. Elena, I want to go to you first because you've been doing reporting on this. And just give some context about the time of day, this time of night this was. The White House is now, and this is just developing like in the last few minutes, the White House is now saying, just to underscore that was your reporting, that it was a staffer who did this. This was part of a series of posts and reposts from this president last night. And I just want to know from you, is this something that a staffer does at 11:30 or midnight on a typical day, or is it usually the president himself?
Yeah, it's hard to buy, to be honest, because 11:44 p.m. is when this was initially reposted by the president in a series of other posts, as you pointed out, Dana. Typically, very few people actually have access to the president's Truth social account. A lot of the times, they'll write him statements, and then they'll bring them, to example, to Dan Scavino, the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, and he's the one who will then go on and post it. So just so you know how it typically works with these truths. So that seems kind of far-fetched. The other thing I would remind you is that we did see a statement from Caroline Leavitt.
Let me put that up. So this is before somebody at the White House took that down after Tim Scott put out the statement that he did. This is Caroline Leavitt. This is from an internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please.
No, no, no. I'm not going for that at all. I'm not going for that. This is a form of internet meme video depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as a character from The Lion King. Anytime somebody calls a black person a monkey, that is very disrespectful and is very racist. I don't care what nobody says. There's a certain name for each race that people use as in a racist way that is racist. Anybody calls a black person your black monkey, that is very, very racist to me. Hey, baby, Jamil Peterson says facts. Yes, baby. There's no way you call me a monkey and you think I'm supposed to laugh about it. No, absolutely not. You're not going to disrespect me for one. And for two, if somebody called you something that was out of the, in a racist way, you would take this the same way. I don't care what you say. I don't care what ethnicity you are. They're gonna call you something out of, as a black person, you're, a monkey, the king of no, trying to use excuses. There's no excuses for me. I'm sorry. I'm not dumb and I don't ride the short yellow bus. And I understand every time when somebody does something that is of a racist behavior, I see straight through it. But y'all, let's continue.
Stop reporting the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public.
I was very surprised when I saw that statement, honestly, because if you actually look at the post, what I would have assumed, just knowing this White House and covering them as long as I have, I would have assumed that they would have claimed it was at the very end that that clip showed of the Obamas, that they would have tried to say he didn't see it and try to discount it that way. That post almost seemed like they were owning up to it and saying, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, trying to
Oh, BC says Happy Black History Month. Yes, Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. Yes, it's Black History Month, y'all. If you guys, black to my black family, and we love everybody here at the lounge. My family is mixed with everything. Come, like I said, Thanksgiving, you're gonna see some Chinese, Asians. You're gonna see some Mexicans, whites, blacks, everybody around my table. So we don't play the race card here at all. We love everybody here at the lounge. So make sure y'all don't get it twisted for y'all who are new. But what we are saying is what Trump did is unbelievable. And it's rotten, disgusting behavior. And I'm not going for it. I don't believe in calling anybody of another race a racist name or racist putting racist memes and stuff like that. I don't believe in that because my family is mixed with everything. There's no way I don't have any racist bone in my body. When I cut, you cut, they cut, we all bleed red. There is nobody bleeding green, nobody's bleeding yellow, nobody's bleeding purple. We all bleed the same blood, right? So why treat somebody different? So y'all, let's continue.
as the outrage. The other thing I want to say too is you mentioned, what we heard from Tim Scott this morning. He is one of the president's closest allies. He talks to President Trump all the time, very regularly, multiple times a week. So what he said, I wouldn't be surprised if he had called him. I did talk to some of my sources on Capitol Hill, one of them telling me that Republican lawmakers were calling the president about this. I know that people inside the White House were also asking the president, how do you want to handle this? So this clearly became much bigger this morning, particularly around all of the criticism that came out from his strongest allies.
And Zolan, you also cover the White House. I want to add, we talked about Tim Scott, which was pretty fast and very strong, calling it racist. This is from Roger Wicker, who is also a Republican senator, senior Republican senator, who said on social media, this is totally unacceptable. The president should take it down and apologize. We haven't heard apologize. Pete Ricketts.
And see, you guys, these other senators are even saying the same thing. Senator Wicker says this is totally unacceptable. The president should take it down and apologize. Y'all, he said that he's not apologizing. He does not want to apologize for his behaviors. But we know how Donald Trump is. We know he's on narky narc status. We know he is a narky narc. He don't want nobody talking about him, but he talks about everybody. Does he not? He called people stupid, fatso. I ain't heard fatso since I was a little child, and I'm up in age, but I ain't heard fatso in umpteen years. He called people fatso, called people the N word, basically calls people out of their name. He does a lot of disrespectful things, unbecoming things that a president should not even be worried about somebody and what they're doing and calling them fatso and all kind of names, being disrespectful like he's in first or second grade. Just saying, y'all. Let's continue.
Another Republican senator, even if this was a Lion King meme, a reasonable person sees the racist context to this. The White House.
My baby says surviving MAGA. Yes, we are surviving MAGA. And we love everybody here at the lounge. Like I said, we love everybody. Now, if you voted for President Trump, that's your God's given right? Nobody's mad at you. Nobody's, we still love you. We still love you, but we just don't love the behavior that Trump is putting out to people, right? He is leading this country in a whole disgusting way. And a lot of people that even voted for him are having voters remorse. And we seen that with me and my baby. We went to No King's Day. And I was like, well, what is the No King's Day? And then when we got there, we were like, oh, these are people who see and saying that Trump, like, no fascist, Trump is like, basically prejudiced. He's doing all these things, being disrespectful, trying to, throw people out of immigrants out of the country and doing all kind of other stuff, being in a disrespectful manner. It's a way to do things, right? You have to have tact. When you do certain things, you just don't be spazzing out and just flying off the handle like he does. He'll get up there, have a speech, call people stupid, dumb, all kind of stuff, right? Is this who you want to lead your country? Like nobody can lead me. Not one person can lead me if they get up there and they talk ignorant like he does. There's no way I'm going to sit there and listen to you and think that you're the best thing since sliced bread. Absolutely not, right? That's not in my book. But y'all, let's continue.
Do what anyone does when they make a mistake. Remove this and apologize. So remove it, yes. What's the secret to peak?
Uh-oh, let's skip this commercial. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. And when I seen this the other day, I was like, I know him didn't. No, he didn't. And then making all of these excuses as to, oh, it was an accident. Oh, he didn't post it. The White House people press all of these excuses where I'm not even listening to none of these excuses. I'm not. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to listen to the lies because my eyes are wide open. There's no way I'm going to listen to their lies when everybody who posts knows what you post. But y'all, let's continue.
This was still when this was really coming into the spotlight this morning. As you saw, you had Caroline Levitt's statement there kind of belittling this as fake outrage. And they didn't initially, delete it when they were faced with immediate questions. Yes, they have now. And talking to historians and, just other people reacting to this post, you do hear people saying that those with common sense would see this as a racist trope, right? That it channels the minstrel depictions that you would see from slave traders and segregationists that sought to dehumanize Black Americans, particularly prominent Black Americans as well, to see them as inhuman, right? And I think that's why you're seeing this outrage, including cracks in a Republican base, Republican members of Congress that seldom criticize this White House. It's also worth saying, like, this is definitely something that has seemed to provoke criticism we don't usually see, but the president does have a history of posting and saying derogatory things about people of color, of immigrants. It wasn't too long ago, he went on a xenophobic tirade against Somalis as well and Somali Americans. During the campaign, we remember the comments, the false comments about Haitians eating pets as well, that I know prompted a lot of fear in that community. So, this is a president also whose political rise came about from questioning the citizenship of the former president as well. So, you've seen that the standards have almost been lowered to the point where you can see these kind of posts and a White House that thinks they can also talk their way out of it and say it was, a staffer that posted it. But there's been a sort of trend of how we got to this point as well.
There's also that just when you were running through some of the past times we've seen the president post things like this. Remember, I mean, and they still post this, the White House, the sombreros on Hakeem Jeffries, obviously a Black man, and Chuck Schumer, and they've continued to lean into that. So I just wanted to add to that because that's not something they've run away from it like they have in this case.
And I just want to underscore, because there's a lot coming at you at home, what Elena reported at the top, which is that her sources have been telling you that Republican lawmakers called Trump directly about this. Go ahead, David.
Yeah.
And y'all, welcome in the building. We have over 1,300 people in the building. Please smash the like button. Happy Sunday, fam. Now, if you are a Trump supporter, you voted for Trump, I still love you. I'm not mad at you. If you want to allow a person of that caliber to lead you, hey, that is your God's given right. Nobody is trying to tell you who to, look up to, who you should be watching, who you feel is like, supposed to be president and running this country. However, the stuff that he says is very disgusting and very disturbing. I mean, people, like I said, have had voters' remorse. They thought Trump was going to be this, great person this second go round, and it turns out to be not so. But y'all, we're going to continue. Smash the like button. Happy Sunday. I love all of y'all. See, I love everybody. It doesn't have to be a nasty, disgusting thing when you don't like the same thing. Like I always say, I don't like okras. Just because I don't like okras doesn't mean that you're not supposed to like okras. You may love okras, okra soup, stewed okra, whatever, right? I don't like that. But it doesn't mean that if you offer it to me, I'm going to be acting crazy, like throwing the okra against the wall, calling the okra nasty, slimy, and boogery, all this other stuff. I'm not going to do that. And it's the same way when you have a president in charge, he should remain his, professional, have some type of tact, not calling people names and all these other disgusting things, right? I'm just saying, like, a person cannot lead me at all who is calling people names, and you're supposed to be a person of a certain caliber. I don't agree with that. My mind does not, like, it doesn't function like that. If you're going to be a great person, get up there and show me your greatness. Show me how professional you are. And if you show me how professional you are, you have some good tact, you're being respectful, you're being professional. I will be up at the voter polls at 3 o'clock in the morning to vote for you. But other than that, I'm not voting for nobody. Not nobody that acting like that, acting a donkey. I mean, should I go and vote for a second grader or a third grader at an elementary school? I mean, that's almost pretty much what it ends up to be. I'm just saying. But y'all, let's continue.
Some another member, Mike Lawler, who's in a tough reelection battle for his district in New York State, also do the and apologize, as you're saying. So it's interesting to hear a lot of Republicans using that word. They're seeking an apology as well, or believe Donald Trump or the White House should offer one. I just
See, y'all here, and here's another one. Mike Lauer. The president's post is wrong and incredibly offensive, whether intentionally or a mistake, and should be deleted immediately with an apology offered. Did y'all hear the A word? Did y'all hear the A word, the apology? Smash the like button, y'all. Did y'all see? Are y'all tracking? Put a one in the chat if y'all believe that he should make an apology to the Obamas. Put a one in the chat. I do believe he should apologize to them, because this is some disgraceful, disgusting behavior unbecoming of a president to be acting like this. I mean, this is really, really crazy. This is really, really crazy. But y'all, smash the like button. We got over 1,400 people in the building. Happy Sunday fun day, y'all. Let's continue.
there is when stuff like this happens, there's all this,
Hey, Ken.
you know, was there a strategy behind this? Was he doing? And it just feels all ridiculous to me. Like it's a blatant racist trope. I mean, that's just a fact. Mm-hmm. It's a blatant racist trope on the social media feed of the president of the United States of America. It doesn't belong anywhere. It certainly doesn't belong on a social media feed of the president of the United States of America. And so the White House press secretary can bemoan fake outrage, which clearly it seemed like she didn't understand where she was not reading the room correctly. Like didn't understand where this was going and how quickly the White House was going to take it down. Because to your point, I don't think she would have offered that statement if she thought this is where it was going to be a couple of hours later. But um, it is so clearly unacceptable. And then you wonder and think, does Donald Trump, is he reading the room right? Has he lost, because what you're saying of all these cracks and Republicans calling and saying, and really quickly, much more quickly than we normally see, I take away this. I think he has lost a bit of the assuredness political footing beneath his feet right now. Is at the political low point of his term right now. We are months away from a midterm election. We know how nervous Republicans are. And I think that speaks to the speed in which something this blatantly wrong gets called out from his own party as wrong.
Wow. Facts, you guys. Facts on facts. Facts on facts. Somebody sent a cash app. Thank you, whoever sent that cash app. If y'all want to donate to the channel, $ the lounge 83. Somebody sent me a cash app. I can't check it right now, but shout out to you. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. But y'all, Donald Trump, he has been doing some disgusting things. I mean, y'all, like, I'm not into politics like that, but I am into people being respectful. Like, people have lost, like, over the years, they have lost respect for a lot of things. And I don't understand why it comes to this as a president coming. Hey, Sharice, how are you? Has come to this where we have the president of the United States talking crazy while he's giving these speeches. I mean, calling somebody fatso and all these other names is just unbecoming of a president to me. I don't care if it was Obama, if it was Bush, if it was Clinton. I don't care who it is. If you are saying these things and you're supposed to be of a certain caliber, that is so disgusting to me. Doesn't matter who you are. It's like all about being respectful and being having tact, being like of a certain caliber when you're in this position. But y'all, Don Lemon, remember he went and he was arrested because everybody's saying this was a thing because Don Lemon and Trump have been, at odds for a very long time, which okay, they're at odds. But then when Don Lemon was doing his job as a journalist, he had the feds to come arrest him and the other lady, Georgia, because they were only doing their jobs. He wasn't in there causing wreaking havoc. He wasn't in there acting a donkey, a plum fool. He was not. He was just trying to conversate, trying to get some footage, as a journalist. But this is all because Trump don't want people to know that he was in the Epstein files. But it's already too late because his name has been in the Epstein files since day one, and his name has came up 11 times. It's disgusting behavior. Him, Bill Gates, I mean, all of these people, Jay-Z, all these disgusting people doing awful things to children. And y'all think, y'all, and people support him that he's done these awful things and people support a PDFer? Oh my goodness. A PDFer and people are still supporting him? There's no way. There's no way. People who are everyday people and they're PDFers, do you know when they go to jail? They don't play with them in jail. It doesn't matter if you're the president, all the way to the person that is homeless on the corner. If you do these disgusting behaviors, you think that I'm going to support a person, whether it be a man or a woman, because women are PDFers too now. We can't get it twisted. I hold no regard to a female or a male being a PDFer. If you're a PDFer, you are a PDFer. Like a lot of these female teachers, yes, they PDFers messing with these young students, making babies with them and everything. Getting pregnant by like 10, 12-year olds. Yes, y'all seen that. I'm sure y'all have. That was a whole, I remember years ago when that was a big like epidemic. Remember? All these female teachers were sleeping with the students and they were getting some of them right now, some of them waiting to go to trial, pregnant from children that are like from their students being like 12, 13, 15 years old. And I don't care if you're a man or a female. If you are touching these children, let these children be children. Can these children grow up? Right? Can these children grow up? Somebody else sent me a cash app. Thank you, Juan. Thank you for the cash app. I appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. But y'all, these people, I don't care who it is, president, like I said, all the way down to being a bum on the corner. If you are a PDF or you mess with children, that is disgusting and have nothing for you. I have nothing for you because this could have been my child. It could have been y'all's child. It could have been y'all's niece, y'all's grandchild, y'all's son or daughter. You know what I'm saying? It could have been anybody in your family, your neighbor's child, somebody that has been SA'd by these disgusting people. And just because they're powerful and they have money does not mean that they're above the law. Because had it been me, had it been you guys, what happened? They would come busting our door down. Police coming looking for us, saying we looking for the PDFer. That's what happened. Remember, they said that they were looking for PDFers when Renee Good got unalived. They were trying to pull the PDFers off the street by doing like their little PDFer bust, whatever they call them, right? Going to get these PDFers off the streets. But y'all, we got the president that got charges. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But when somebody says that your name is in a file 50, 11 times, like thousands of times, I mean, do y'all think that they're innocent? No, I don't. I really don't. But y'all, let's check it out and see what Don Lemon has to say. Because Don Lemon, he is got a mouthful to say.
The moment when everyone steps back, goes on the Sunday shows, they go on the Sunday shows and they try to explain what the week was really about. So let's do that. This week wasn't just chaotic. It told us something about power, about race, about how far people are willing to go in public, about how our journalists in this country are being treated under the current regime. And I keep thinking about how fast everything escalated, from my arrest to the president's reaction to that racist post about Barack and Michelle Obama. That wasn't random. That wasn't accidental. It was a signal. And the question heading into the next week is very simple. What happens when that kind of behavior becomes routine? That's what we're going to unpack. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Don Lemon Show, Hot Topics on this Friday morning. Wow. Sometimes things just for you. I thought that after what happened.
We got over 1,500 people in the building. Y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button. We got over 1,500 people in the building. Smash the like button, y'all. Happy Sunday. How are y'all feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? I forgot to check in with my family and do a check-in, and let me know how y'all are doing on a scale from 1 to 10. But y'all, let's continue. See what Don Lemon has to say. Smash the like button.
Like, I mean, I think they're on, I don't even know if they're comparable, but
okay, hold on. Let's take a little quick break from Don Lemon. Okay, I see some tens. Okay, I see some tens in the building. How's y'all day on a scale of 1 to 10? How is y'all Sunday? Because I usually like to do a check-in with y'all and see how y'all Sunday is going, or y'all's day is going, period. D Dot says a 20. Okay, we got a 20. Welcher says a 6. Jabil says, my baby Jabil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy says, smash the like button, everybody. Yes. Okay, I see. Hold on. I see Cowboys a 10. Hey, Cowboy. Wait, is it Dean? I think a 10. Okay, we see some 10s. Okay, Monique, we see a 10. Okay, welcome. Okay, Jamil says great. Yes, indeed. My baby says great. Okay, Deanna says a 10. Okay, yes, indeed. Yes. Okay, Jamil says 100. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Okay, we got Angelica says a 10. Okay, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, y'all, let's return. Okay, hold on. Bernard says a 10. Great. Wonderful. Okay, y'all, let's continue, y'all. Smash the like button.
I don't even know what to say, because I have been saying that this president is racist for so long. And I think before anybody on television would say it, getting called a race baiter and people telling me I was too sensitive, or that he said things that were racist adjacent, or that he was bordering. He's just a plain out fucking racist. So let me say this just plainly, okay? Because I'm talking about this video. This video, and you just put the first image of it up, Andy. This video should terrify anyone who really.
Hey, Dr. Sharice. Dr. Sharice says a 10. Sunday, Friday. Sunday, fun day. Okay, y'all, let's continue.
Takes the United States seriously. So yes, what you're looking at, there you go.
Wow.
It's not just a meme. It's not just a Trump being Trump. It is a sitting American president posting an AI video depicting the former president and former first lady, Barack and Michelle Obama, as monkeys.
What?
This isn't funny. It's not comedy. This is not politics. It's racist, deranged filth.
Yep.
Sewage. Below the gutter. The oldest insult in the book, dressed up in AI generated pixels, and then pipe straight through the most powerful office on earth, which is the.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that this is a racist image. I do. I'm gonna put my 1. I think that this is very racist. Anytime somebody calls you a monkey, gorilla as a black person, I take that as very offensive. I find that to be very, very offensive. I would never call another person from another race a derogatory racist name at all. At all. I think it's so disrespectful. I don't care if I don't like you or not. I'm not gonna call you a racist, nasty name. But y'all, let's continue.
President of the United States. And the most dangerous part is not even the racism, though. I mean, God knows that that's disgusting enough. The most dangerous part is that what it reveals about him, them, meaning the administration and the people who support him. The absolute collapse of seriousness, dignity, although I don't know where that has been for the last 10 years. Monique Presley. And then what do you think of Caroline Levitt's response, blowing it off? This is about Trump, not about the Obamas.
Right. Good morning, everybody. Certainly, I agree, obviously, with Mr. President and with my brother Charles. I agree. I see people in the comments also talking about this being a big distraction. Here's what I want to say from a human being perspective, and from a legal perspective. Murdering 300 people may be a distraction from the fact that they are trying to commit a heist, because there are people evil enough where they would murder people in the streets. They would blow up a town in order to distract from a nuclear program, or from stealing billions of dollars, or from getting rid of
facts. Now, I have a question. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that all of this stuff is a distraction because of the Epstein files. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that this is a huge distraction. D-Dot says pure facts. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that all this stuff, Don Lemon getting arrested, the Obama pictures that Trump posted, all of this is a distraction. Put a one. I see a lot of ones. Yes, I think it is a distraction because Trump doesn't want nobody to know how disgusting he was up in them Epstein files. I mean, doing things to little girls with his fingers, being disgusting, trying to check the little girls, V size and tightness. That is disgusting. Could y'all parents and grandparents imagine a grown man doing this to y'all's daughters or your grandchild? This is disgusting.
our voter rolls, whatever the case may be. But that is still murder. And what I think we are losing, to Charles's point, what we are losing in the numbness of the repeated attacks is the fact that they're killing us, that they are quite literally getting away with murder, because even as much as we can walk and chew gum, I don't expect ABC to do a damn thing. I don't care what they do. I'm trying not to cuss, but I don't give a fuck.
Wow. Oh, she said that she don't give a flying. Ooh. She is hotter than y'all. These look at how beautiful Michelle and Obama are. Is it a fact that a lot of people are saying that Trump, he never could love anybody? I mean, y'all see how he treats Melania. Whenever they're going somewhere, very rare. I can probably count on one finger when he's holding her hand. I don't even know if I can recall him ever holding her hand. He don't have no relationship like the Obamas. Do y'all think that it's just because he hasn't been loved? Like he feels like, at least like he should. Nobody loved him. He's jealous of the Obamas' love. This is what a lot of people are saying.
What we do, because I'm not going to leave this alone. I am not. It's not going to just be this show. And I am going to place a demand on leaders that they repudiate these comments, that they demand the White House to do the same, that they worry about this president's stability, that they worry about his competence, and his entire cabinet, if they are willing to uphold somebody doing this. It is an abomination and a distraction. It is horrendous, and it's a red herring. It's a shiny, flashy thing, and it's rape. I don't know what terms could I use for people to understand that they are raping humanity, that they are killing consciousness, they are slaughtering civility, and it is costing us our souls. That's the cost. So I need every pastor from every pulpit. I need every leader. I need every member of Congress. I need every person running for office. If they don't say anything about this, they can forget about me.
I heard that. I want to know what, what is his name? Byron Donalds of the world, or all of the other, black suck ups or black Trump supporters, what they think about this. Comedian and thought leader DL Hughley is here as well. We want to bring him in, but first I want to hear from him. Good morning, DL.
DL. Yes, and y'all know DL, he don't like Trump. And he is hip to all of Trump's shenanigans. Y'all know DL, he is outspoken about the things that Trump does. He calls it out. He does not let the cat have his tongue when it comes to Trump. But y'all, let's listen to what DL has to say.
Hey, good. Thank you. I stand by DL. I want to hear from Tim Wise here that this is actually what you teach, Tim Wise, every single day. Yeah. What do you think? Well, first, I hope Derek is correct that Trump is running out of white people. But I got to tell you, I've been white a long ass time, and racists seem to never run out of white folks. So we'll see. Stay tuned, right? I think uh, you mentioned Caroline.
Y'all, let me say this too, because there is a lot of white people. Like I said, my family's mixed with everything, right? A lot of these like big content creators that are white, they are even speaking out and calling Trump out and saying that he is a racist as well. A lot of white people are, because they're not looking at no race. They're looking at it as what he's doing is disgusting. They're not allowing, just because I'm white, I'm gonna agree with you. No, wrong is right all day long, no matter how you slice it. How you treat people, if you treat people disgusting, they're calling it out. It's disgusting. Your behavior, President Trump, as a president, is disgusting in nature. But y'all, let's continue, because there's a lot of people calling Trump out, not just black people, it's people of all nationalities. But y'all, let's continue.
Yeah, the conversation. It's a woman who wears a big Jesus cross around her neck every time she gets up and bears false witness. So I suppose there are parts of the Bible she chooses to pay attention to, other parts she does not. What I think is important about this particular meme or this particular video, though, and it's worth commenting on, is it a distraction? Of course, potentially so. Is it obviously racist? Well, of course it is. But I think it's not just the fact that it's a trolling racist depiction of the Obamas. You can see that on any, sort of MAGA identified X account any day of the week. What I think people need to understand and appreciate is that this dehumanization of Black people, and particularly the use of simian imagery, the use of ape-like imagery, is an old trope. It is done deliberately to lower the threshold of acceptable violence against Black people. It is done to demean so that harm can be done. It is not some playful thing. I'm sure there are trolls on X that put stuff like that up just to like trigger the libs or whatever they would say. But when you do this over and over, just like when the Labor Department puts out obviously white supremacist memes talking about we will have our homeland back or whatever, that is done to.
Oh wait, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait. Cole Brown brought up a good point. Cole Brown says, "I wonder what laws or policies they are trying to pass while they are keeping us distracted." That's what a lot of people are saying too. This is only a distraction. Now, I heard that they are trying to do this whole new world order thing. Have you guys heard about that? Put a one in the chat if you guys heard of that. Because even what Epstein, did you guys see that interview with Epstein? And he was trying to say that basically all the poor people or black people, I think it is, like he's trying to not like they're trying to keep them down so they can become homeowners and all kind of other things. And I was like, man, just because these people got money, they don't want the people that are below to have any home ownership. They want them to basically be on food stamps, be on welfare. I've never been on food stamps, not knocking anybody that has, because people need them. Right? I'm not knocking nobody's living situation, because you never know. Just because you have something today, it could be taken tomorrow. If you have something that you're like the food stamps, people are getting food stamps because they need those food stamps. There's people out here who can't work, who can't go out and get jobs because of their health. They are taking food stamps, snatching them out of helper like systems that they need help to survive in this world. And you got these Epstein, all these people that who are high up, got a lot of money, are looking down and keeping people broke and keeping people in the slums. And they're totally happy with it, because guess what they're doing? Over there essaying and deviating these children. That's what they're doing. And they don't want us to see it. They want our eyes to be closed. They want us to be dumb. They want us to be Willy Lump Lump and Willy Foo Foo. Oh, they don't know what we're doing. We got a whole island over here graping all these people, all these children. But we're gonna keep them down. We don't want them to make it. We want them to be in the projects, the trailer park, on the corner, homeless, while they're enjoying all this lavish lifestyle, and then not even doing what's right by their money, doing these awful things to these children. But they want to hold the normal average person down, of me and you, everyday people, so that we don't get any kind of luxuries lifestyle. This crazy. Even with TikTok, Do y'all know I used to post on TikTok, but I don't post on TikTok no more because people were over there making money on TikTok. And when Trump took it over, it seems like allegedly, from what it sounds like, when Trump made that deal, like all the people's money basically is going in his pocket. It's not going to their pockets no more. It's like when people try to get ahead, there's something that's going to try to pull them down. So many TikTokers. Y'all can check it out on TikTok, even here on YouTube, even on Instagram. They're talking about how ever since Trump took over the TikTok thing, that people are not making nowhere near as much as they was. People were making thousands of dollars. I mean, literally their livelihood. And when this new thing came about, oh, they're making $20 when they were making probably thousands of dollars. They're not making a lot at all. And people are complaining and saying that this is crazy and it's really so suspicious how they're not making that much money no more. People's videos are saying they're blocking their videos. Oh, this blocked. Oh, you have a video that when you did 6, 7 months ago that doesn't meet the requirements, because they're trying to hold people down. When people found out about social media, they're trying to try to make some, even if it's a side hustle for some, a full-time jobs for others. They are taking this money and not giving it to these content creators. So I'm telling you, it's crazy. But y'all, let's continue.
Sensitize us to the overtly white supremacist and racist messaging, and not only messaging, but policy of this administration. And then finally, the greatest irony of this whole thing is that the only one acting like an ape in this scenario is Donald Trump, because apes throw shit on the wall. And that's what his ex.
Oh, wow. Did you hear him? He said the only one is acting like an ape is Trump. Because Trump, though, is, oh my, y'all, hold on. We got to rewind that, y'all. I agree. Put a one in the chat if y'all agree with him. I believe so. Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
Like that just to like trigger the libs or whatever they would say. But when you do this over and over, just like when the Labor Department puts out obviously white supremacist memes talking about we will have our homeland back or whatever, that is done to desensitize us to the overtly white supremacist and racist messaging, and not only messaging, but policy of this administration. And then finally, the greatest irony of this whole thing is that the only one acting like an ape in this scenario is Donald Trump, because apes throw shit on the wall. And that's what he's.
He said the only one acting like an ape is Donald Trump. Oh, holla Peter. Oh my goodness. I know that's right. He's the one acting like that. He is. Throwing sugar honey iced tea on the wall. This is what he said, and I agree with him. Trump is the only one acting like that because that's what he does. He throws sugar honey iced tea on the wall and he's cursing people out, basically. It's so many words, right? Cussing people out, calling them in words pretty much. You might as well say, telling people that they're fat souls and they're retarded, they're dumb, they're this and they're that. He's the one.
X feed or his true social feed is he's just throwing shit on the walls like a either like an ape or maybe like a 4-year-old child. And we're not apparently outraged enough about the fact that it's not only white supremacist, it's not only racist, it's childlike behavior.
Facts.
The most powerful man.
And that's what I said. It is childlike behavior. This behavior is of a 3-year-old child, maybe even first or second grade. Didn't I say that? I said, well, should I just go ahead and try to go and vote for a kindergartner or a second grader to run the White House? Because that's pretty much what it is. He's acting ignorant. He is calling people names, doing memes, being racist, doing all of these disgusting things. And he's supposed to be a president? He's supposed to be a president? A president? Okay.
On the planet. And speaking of that, that's what his supporters did on January 6th in the Capitol, is spread poop on the wall like apes. Bakari Sellers is here as well. Bakari Sellers is an attorney, a 2-time New York Times bestseller, and a friend. Thank you for joining us, Bakari. Appreciate it. We'll get to you in a second. Can you hear us, Bakari? Are you good?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out why I'm on a panel with all these brilliant folk. Jeez.
Let's hear from DL. Maybe we'll hear from you, Bakari. Maybe DL can explain it. But DL, thank you so much, brother, for joining. When you saw that, I know that you're traveling this morning. You just flew in and you just landed. Did you get your bearings? And what do you think of this?
I think that Presidents behaving in such a manner is not new, it's retro. There have been more, and there have been more people who had these inclinations who held that office that did. And I think even if you look at the tone of the nation, even after some of these horrific allegations, even if it were just alleged some of the things that happened in the Epstein files are alleged. Captains of industry are going down across the world. Like we have a prince that lost his standing. We've lost other people that, but here it's just not even water off our back. And I think it's because it says something about the deep social rot of this nation. It really does. That a man yesterday could be in court, church, we're going to turn back to God. How can you turn, like, more people have gone to jail for disturbing a church than potentially molesting people. And
that's exactly what I'm saying. Did y'all hear what DL said? More people are going to jail for going into the church for doing their job than people are for being a PDFer. How many of y'all agree? I agree. I agree. They should be locked up. They should be locked up and let the key be thrown in the trash can. Crazy.
there's a lot that we take it to with the like Donald Trump. No, there's nowhere in America, no job in this country where you can circulate that name and keep that job except the president of the United States of America. So how is it the man with the highest station in Atlanta held to the lowest standard? And
Facts.
black reporters are the most repugnant, disgusting human beings that I've ever that I could never conceive of anybody tolerating this.
Exactly.
Dehumanization. And if he thinks that some of the most esteemed people that have ever lived in our country are apes, what does he think of Nicki Minaj? What does he think of Jason Whitlock? What does he think that is? So I just think this goes to the deep. This nation has always been in conflict. You could write a great document. We're all created equal, and still have slaves. It's just we've always been a conundrum, but now there's really just no hiding, and the world sees this. I think the America has a construct, and I said this when we were together Wednesday. I think America has a construct is over. I think there's no saving in the nation that can tolerate all these things.
Wow.
Find everything to say.
This is crazy. We got to skip this commercial. DL is not playing, and he's speaking truth to facts, you guys. He's speaking truth to facts. This is just really crazy. And I really hate that it has come to this, but this is beyond our control. Nobody's telling, at least none of us everyday people are telling Trump to say this, call people fatsos, and do all this crazy disrespectful things. Nobody, I mean, none of us are saying that. None of us are telling him to, holding a pow pow to his head, say, hey, say this and say that. No, he's saying it on his own. But y'all, let's continue.
Attacked by the right, by MAGA, by this administration. You haven't been arrested, so but you know how it feels to have those folks coming after you or looking over your shoulder constantly, and how they make up things that are not true. And their folks end up just believing it, like people believe everything that's in that indictment as if it is fact. Yeah. Do you have any words about that?
Yeah, so I mean, this is their playbook, right? Which is they, in the immediate aftermath of an event. I mean, we saw this with Alex Preddy as well, which is what Kristi Noem went into, which is the moment that the government overreaches, they then immediately try to slander the individual and flood the zone. That's their strategy and the words that they use to flood the zone with as much slander, libelous statements as possible to try to get the public to believe it. And we can't underestimate the power of the platforms that they use. And so they try to use that. They use these indictments to do that. They did the same thing with Tish James, with Jim Comey, with the chairman of the Fed.
Oh, wait, y'all. Okay, wait a minute. Y'all remember James Comey? If you guys don't know, remember he was the head of the FBI, I believe, the head of the FBI. And then when the Diddy trial came about, because I went to the Diddy trial, me and my baby, remember after the Diddy trial at the end, remember they fired Maureen Comey, which is James Comey's daughter. Remember that? And it's all because he was a part of when Trump was going through all that situation and he was the head of the FBI. So Trump went on a retaliation tour. Trump is retaliating against everybody, even the Clintons. And the Clintons allegedly was over there Epstein Island with him. So there's a lot of stuff that is just like crazy going on with all of this in like, how can I say, like like in sync that is going on. It's crazy. But y'all, let's continue. Let's continue.
Well, which is just to make these accusations, to try to make people believe that there's a there or a justification there. And I want to talk a little bit too about the fact that their arrest of you was highly calculated and highly intentional, as well, of course, as the arrest of Georgia Fort, who is not just a journalist who was present, but she is the president of a.
Oh, Bougie Barbie, hold on. Bougie Barbie says Trump has been on a childish retaliation temper tantrum for 50 plus years. What a dope. Yes, exactly. Hey, Black Anonymous. Black Anonymous says, "Hey, sister at the lounge, how are you? Hope all is well with you and the family." Thank you, Black Anonymous. Thank you. Yes, all is going well. Y'all, oh my goodness. Trump, let me turn the camera. Trump has been, yes, like Bougie Barbie said, he has been like, basically on retaliation tour as long as we know. Because back even in the day, before I even was like following kind of like Trump or whatever, not really following him, but like was like hearing things and stuff, he was even disgusting then, like talking like just crazy, like all these, like, I mean, and then when he got in the White House this time, he's like on retaliation tour. Everybody that peed him off is on his sugar honey iced tea list. They are on the list. They are on Trump's naughty list. Trump got a naughty list. And he's trying to round all of them up. Because last week or the week after last, a week and a half ago, they said that the Clintons have to go and testify. He tried to send out something for James Comey. Remember, he fired Maureen Comey, which is James Comey's daughter. He arrested Don Lemon. And then they like trying to do all these distractions so that the Epstein files won't come out, or they could like, keep on wait. We gotta wait for the Epstein file. Wait, and then the Epstein files came out, and we found out according to the Epstein files that Trump is all up in them, doing some filthy, nasty stuff. Disgusting, disgusting behavior. It's crazy. But y'all, let's continue.
Media and a journalistic association in Minnesota. She's also the head of Black Press. And so, what they are doing in going after you and in going after her is that, they didn't go after you in the heat of the moment. They waited. And they do this because they want to set and make an example of you. And the reason why.
Wait, Dr. Sharice says so vindictive. Yes, Dr. Sharice, he is very vindictive. He's going back to all the people that did him wrong. I mean, let him tell it. And trying to retaliate against them. Trying to do all kind of nasty things to them. Trying to arrest them. Trying to bring them in. Trying to do this. Trying to do that. And you call this a president? Is that what they call this? I mean, last time I checked, this is not how a president should be acting. Just like that man said, like he is like a elementary student, what, kindergarten, first grade? There's no way I'm knocking down, breaking, busting my neck to go and vote for somebody like him. Where is he gonna lead me? Nowhere, but to a brick wall. I mean, y'all, this is crazy, but y'all, let's continue.
I actually think that's so important is because in that is actually an admission of their own weakness, because they know that they can't go after all of us. They know that they can't go after everyone with a cell phone. They know that they can't go after every single journalist who's trying to cover these stories. And so what they want to do is that they want to make an example out of one person.
D dot, if they are, put them out, send them to the block party. Y'all, one thing is for sure, two things for certain. Everybody has a voice. But if you're going to be nasty, say racist things, say nasty, ugly things, D dot and my baby Jamil Peterson, Mr. I Am Comedy, they will send you to the block party. Loving myself and all my mods, they will send you to the block party. We're not going to put up with being disrespectful to each other in the chat. If y'all want to be ignorant and act crazy and have racist words and things to say, y'all don't have to be here. I'm not holding y'all hostage. I'm not holding y'all here. I'm not crying, hollering, and slinging snot because you guys want to act like y'all ain't got no home training and my mod sends you to the block party. Now, y'all, let's continue.
That's highly visible or has a position of leadership like you or like Georgia Ford, in order to get people who are trying to do similar things to self-censor, to self-silence, to be afraid that, well, if it happened to him, then it could happen to me, so I'm not going to do it. Because they know that we outnumber them and they know that they can't go after all of us. So I think I just want to say how important it is, the example that you're setting by not backing down, that, you know, you got out and the first thing you did was to start the show right back up again, because what they want you to do is that they want you to take a step back.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I agree with her because let me tell y'all, when Don Lemon got arrested, he came out there, he had his husband on his side, and y'all, he had been out of jail for maybe 3 seconds, maybe 3.5 seconds. And Don Lemon, he came out, he done went home, he done took a shower, and then he was back to business. Do y'all remember that? He came out of that jail and he was like, okay, I'm gonna say my little piece. And then the same 30, maybe an hour after he got out, he was on and popping again. I said, that's what I'm talking. High five to Don Lemon. Because when people try to stop you from doing things that you want to do, try to silence you, you got to keep it going. There's no way you're going to try to tell me what to say and what not to say, how to act, how to get my content. Absolutely not. I'm not about to be stopping because you can say whatever you want to say. You can call people fatso. You can disrespect people. I mean, make memes of racist memes and everything. And you think that I'm gonna come out of jail and I'm gonna cry, holler, and sling snot? No, I'm getting back to work. I'm getting back to work. I'm gonna turn my YouTube on and it's back to business we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what type of leader I would vote for. Somebody who is trying to do the right thing. He was not over there cutting up and acting a donkey in that church. He was not. For y'all who seen it, Don Lemon was not doing nothing disrespectful. He wasn't. He was getting there. He said, "Oh, they're going in there." He went in there too. He was getting content. He's a journalist. If I was there, me and my baby was there, we would go. We would have went in there too. You know what I'm saying? We would have went to get the content. He wasn't acting a fool. He wasn't acting a plum donkey. But y'all, let's continue. Don Lemon, he was back to business within like 4.5 seconds, y'all. Let's continue.
Intimidated. And they did something very similar to me at the beginning of last year. I started organizing Know Your Rights seminars for people. And Tom Homan at the DOJ, or Tom Homan, who's now they're bringing into Minneapolis.
You know, I'm always happy to hear from people like Bakari because I need hopeful people around me because uh, it's just not how I see the world. I mean, I'm reading too much American history, and when white people feel threatened and feel outnumbered or feel like that is a destined part of what is about to happen. You know, in the late 1800s, the phrase was Black domination because there were some southern states that had majority Black populations, and people were, irate. They just said, I cannot live in a government that is run by Black people. We have to figure something out. And I believe that Barack Obama sparked that fear again, there was a coming moment. Majority of Black people had voted for someone else and they had lost. And the idea that
minorities would now be picking the president, or a coalition of people, racial coalition of people would be picking the president, and the majority of white people would not get their say, shocked everyone. And I think that people have not gotten over that. We're still in the middle of that backlash.
Agreed.
I believe that when the majority of the people who were marching for Black Lives Matter in the summer of 2020 were not Black, but were young white kids, they said, what has happened to us? What are they teaching in these schools? The indoctrination that's happening, we got to stop. And we're still in the middle of that backlash. We're still in the middle of the backlash against the what is happening in the global south, people moving north. Some of it's running away from instability, but some of that instability is caused by climate change. That's still happening until we get out of that. I don't think it's just a mood change. I don't think it's just a somebody says, "Oh, this is a little bit more than what I asked for." When Black people were being killed in massacre after massacre, particularly in Mississippi, and they were heading into their Constitutional Convention of 1890, which was specifically called to write white supremacy into the law, and every other southern state followed.
All right, Bougie Barbie, thanks for stopping in. And if you guys are watching the Super Bowl, I understand it's Super Bowl night. I don't watch football, so I understand. Go watch your Super Bowl. Go enjoy, chill. Probably eating good in the neighborhood. Probably, for Super Bowl. I forgot today was Super Bowl, but y'all, happy Super Bowl Sunday. If y'all watch the Super Bowl, wait, real quick, who are y'all going for in the Super Bowl? Whoever watches the Super Bowl, or are y'all football? Are y'all football fans? If so, who is the team that y'all are going to? I don't even who's even playing in the Super Bowl. Do y'all know who's playing in the Super Bowl? I don't know who's playing. Let's okay. Seahawks. What's really the spill said Seahawks. Okay, so the Seahawks are playing. Okay. Demi says I can't stand sports laughing out loud. I don't watch sports either. Now sometimes I watch like basketball a little bit, but not really. But I yeah, okay, so Seahawks and somebody else. I don't know who else. Oh, the Patriots. Okay, Chandler says the Patriots. Okay, Patriots. Okay, okay. Let's see. Seahawks and Astros. Seahawks, Patriots. Okay, okay. So if you guys are like, football fans, I understand y'all, stepping away because y'all gotta go watch the game. I respect that. I understand people are like really, really like sportsy fans, and I totally understand that. But I hope y'all's team wins, whoever y'all going for, because I don't watch sports, like I said. But we shall see. We shall see. Best of luck to both teams. Dida says I gave up them sports. Yeah, we don't watch sports. The kids watch sports, but I don't watch sports. But y'all, let's continue listening to what they're saying on this panel.
There were people who were like, this is morally not acceptable to me, but I still like the result. I think the idea of morally unacceptable, that's profound, happens. When they were writing the Constitutional Convention of Mississippi, they literally was saying, we need a moral way to do this. Killing people. So you can see a moment where they say, yes, this is morally not what I want, but the result I want. And so how do we get the same result?
Well, and if you think, I want everybody to stand by. I want it to be a conversation like this where you all jump in. I just want to put something up, and then everybody, you're free to jump in and talk or whatever. But I just want to put this up because of what Bakari said about and Monique saying, I want people to speak out. This is Tim Scott. Tim Scott, I just love you, right? To Donald Trump, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of the White House. The president should remove it. That's from.
Wow. Do y'all hear what this guy is saying? Do y'all hear what Tim Scott is saying? Oh, alopecia. Oh my God. He said praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out the White House. The president should remove it. Yes, the president should remove it. President Trump posted a video featuring the Obamas as monkeys on True Social. And Tim Scott is saying he is praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing that has came out the White House, and the president should remove it. Facts. He should remove it. He should. Well, he already removed it. But what about an apology? Trump said he's not apologizing.
Tim Scott.
Right. I want to jump in. I'm going to ignore Tim Scott because what Charles laid out, I think is more important. I grew up in Detroit, and I lived through the time where a million white people left the city because you had a black mayor. But I'm saying you run out of white people when that happens, when you're outnumbered, when you can no longer dominate control, you begin to remove all of the power outside of the system. I live in Mississippi. I know of the 1890 Constitution that Charles is talking about. Leading up to that point, there were massacres, armed resistance in the streets between black former Union soldiers and white folks, and a deal was cut for the black folks to be portrayed. And the reason why is because it was running out of white people in Mississippi because black folks was the majority, and we began to govern. We created a public education system. And what's happening in this country, the population of white people is shrinking. You begin to create these subhuman images to justify really bad stuff. Three key junctions that I'm looking at here. There's a lot of junctions, right? He needed to change tax policy, so he got put up all kind of distraction. He passed the tax bill that shifted everything. Secondly, he needed to distract from the Epstein files.
Oh, I agree with him on that. Y'all, if y'all think that this was a distraction for the Epstein files, put a one in the chat. Please put a one in the chat. Do y'all think that this was a, cover up? Like, a distraction? Put a one in the chat. I do. Dida says if Jay-Z shows up to the Super Bowl, he will get booed. Jay-Z was in the files too, as doing disgusting things. Crazy. It is crazy. But I do believe that this is a whole distraction. Everything going on. Remember last year? A lot of planes crashed last year. Do y'all remember it was like situation after situation? After the Diddy trial, remember there was a lot going on with the Diddy trial and it went on for a while. Then there was plane crashes, school shoot 'em up bang bangs, like all kind of stuff going on, right? All kind of stuff going on. And I was like, this is nothing but a distraction. Hold on. Nothing but a whole distraction because they didn't want us to know that they were in there. I couldn't even believe that Bill Gates was up in the files too. He had a sick eggplant and was trying to give his wife some medication so she wouldn't have a sick kitty cat. Can y'all believe that? Bill Gates is like 1,000 years old. And he was over there messing with some woman, allegedly, according to the files. Somebody, Ukrainian woman or something crazy. And I believe from messing with that woman, whoever it was, gave him the Uchi Coochie La La La. The Uchi Wee Wee La La La, should I say. And he was giving his wife medication because he didn't want his wife to catch the situation that he had. I was like, oh my God, Bill Gates. Bill Gates, he's like, can y'all imagine your grandpa? Your grandpa, he's over there wiggling and squirming and stuff. You like, Papa, what's going on, Papa? What's going on, Dad? Or Papa? What's going on, Papa? Oh, nothing's going on. And he is burning up in his pants between his legs. He's on fire. I got to go to the emergency room. I got to go to the doctor. Wait, what's going on, Papa? You acting like you got ants in your pants and you're doing the boogie dance. What's going on downstairs, Papa? Why you over there squirting and can't sit straight in your seat? You're going doing all of this and moving and because you are on fire? Because you was out there in them streets, not protecting yourself? Can y'all imagine Pop Pop? Pop Pop, what's going on, Pop Pop? You go over for Sunday dinner and Pop Pop is squirming, squirming, screaming. Pop Pop, what's going on, Pop Pop? Why you doing all that squirming? You got to go to the bathroom? And he's like, oh no, I got to go to the emergency room. Something, can you take me to the emergency room? Can you take me to the emergency room? I got a problem. This is out of all people, these people got billion trillionaires and they doing this sick, disgusting behavior. Like, I believe once you get to a certain level, then you have to abide by this program. D Dot's laughing. You have to apply by this program. You got to do these awful things to these children. You got to be messing around with all these women unprotected. You giving gifts that never stops giving. The package, y'all know what the package is, the AIDS, all kind of STDs, elemental P's, all kind of disgusting stuff. And you like Bill Gates. Oh, and then his wife came up and did an interview and said, you gotta ask Bill Gates about that situation. I'm in a better place now. She was like, basically, forget Bill Gates and all his ho 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 Merry Christmas mermaids that he was messing with. I done moved on from that situation. I'm not even caring about what's going on with him and his nasty eggplant infested tail. He said the eggplant be on fire. The eggplant is on fire, y'all. Could y'all imagine Pop Pop? Could y'all or your dad? Like, he old enough to be my dad. Like, yeah, he would he's like my dad's age. Could y'all imagine your dad? I couldn't imagine my dad calling me up talking about he got to go to the hospital because he need to get some medication because he been running them streets. Like, dad, didn't you stop running them streets back in 1972? Didn't you stop running them streets, dad? You supposed to be married to mom, and you over here talking about you got to go to the emergency room. And look, and don't tell your mama I got to go to the emergency room. Please don't tell your mama. Please don't tell your mama I got to go to the emergency room. Please don't tell your mama. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong, Dad? What's wrong? Could y'all imagine? I mean, y'all, could y'all? Bill Gates got the oochie coochie la 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 going on. These people don't know what to do with their money. They do disgusting things with their money. Disgusting things. But I do believe once they get to a certain level, it gets really, really dark. And they have to do these disgusting things. Or they have the choice. You do the disgusting things, or we put you in the mental facility. Remember with Britney Spears, Wendy Williams? Y'all want to play and comply to the program? We're going to put y'all in a mental facility and we're going to take all your money. But didn't they sell Wendy Williams stuff? They stole all her stuff, sold her house, her condo, whatever she had. And now she ain't got nothing. And she over there looking out the window, trying to escape that facility that she's at. She couldn't even go visit her dad. She had to ask to go visit her dad. These are the things that they do. This is the thing. When D Dot, that's a good question. D Dot said, was Wendy Williams' dad a sacrifice? I wonder. That's what they're saying, y'all. Snoop Dogg. Let me tell y'all, Snoop Dogg, his granddaughter just passed away. They were asking, is that a sacrifice? Do y'all know the lady on the Today Show? Her mother is missing. They're wondering if that's a sacrifice. How is your mother missing? How is I just don't understand. These are like sacrifices, I believe, that they're doing. But y'all, let's continue. Let me not go down this rabbit hole. Let's continue.
All this stuff, Minneapolis lost and DC National Guards, and now the Epstein files are released. His next thing that I see is November election. and he is concerned that they will lose the November election. So he's going to continue this type of approach. We will probably see ICE agents stepping up in the 15 states that he knows he cannot win, where a lot of the votes come from. We will begin to see.
Yes, Black Anonymous, even Black Anonymous says at the lounge, that story about the lady's missing mother is wild. Yes. That's why I'm wondering, y'all, these people, when they hold on, let me turn the camera. When these people get to a certain place, or like it's how is your mother missing? This is really, really strange. And it's like just during the last couple of weeks. Even when Mariah Carey's mom and sister allegedly, both of them, remember they passed away like a day apart? Remember that? Then you got Snoop Dogg, granddaughter, just passed away, what, last week or the week before last? I think it was last week. And it makes you think, y'all, like these people, like this is crazy. I'm telling y'all, this is really, really crazy. It really has you thinking. Like when you get to it, and I don't know what they call. I mean, the naughty dotty people. When you are fooling up with their like territories, you playing in them type of playgrounds, they expect for you to do like sacrificial things. Like I wouldn't even want nobody to sacrifice an animal, let alone a person. That's crazy. Oh, Dr. Shreese says, so sad Adidas sacrifice. I don't know. Yeah. Adidas says, Dr. Shreese, you heard about Snoop Dogg, of who died in his family. This, yes. I was there at one of the funerals. Snoop Dogg. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, I was there. Yes. I don't know. This is what I'm saying. It's kind of very suspicious and very mysterious that these people, families, their moms, their grandchildren, it makes you think. People are dropping like flies. Yes, Dita. Dr. Shree says, yes, oh my God, so sad. It is. It's really sad. And I'm like, man, that lady on the Today Show, the anchor, I'm like, I liked it, her. I haven't watched it because who has? I mean, some people still have cable. We don't have cable. I got rid of cable like umpteen years ago. I've been watching YouTube and been on YouTube. You know, I've been watching YouTube for years, but just been on YouTube a year and some change. But I used to watch her on the Today Show with her, Al Roker. Remember Katie Couric? I met Katie Couric in I met Katie Couric I met Katie Couric when they were doing a I think with the kids or something at the White House years ago. I met Katie Couric in person. She's like my height, short, like my height. Very, very sweet. She was very sweet when we met her. But anyway, I was watching her all the time on the Today Show. And then to find out that her mom is missing, I'm like, oh my God, that is crazy. That is very crazy, very suspicious, and very mysterious. But y'all, let's continue.
All type of distractions. Good meaning white people will begin to turn a blind eye. I'm waiting to see what corporations are going to say something about this post. What individuals are going to speak out outside of our community and our allies, because we see it for what it is. He's running out of white people, and therefore
Yes, yes. Dr. Shree says Savannah Guthrie. Yes, yes. Savannah Guthrie's mother is missing. And I was so in shock. I felt so bad. Like I was like, oh my goodness. What in the world? I said, that is crazy. Her mother is missing. I was like, whoa. But y'all, let's continue. This is crazy. Yes, it's sad, y'all. I'm telling you, it is crazy.
More streams to desensitize to in order to justify some bad behavior. I'll stop it.
Hold on. Dr. Cherie says, Katie goes back in the day. Yeah, Katie, remember Katie Couric, you guys? How many of y'all, hold on, how many of y'all watch Katie Couric? Maybe I'm telling my age. I mean, I know I look like I'm every year I turn 21, y'all. I've been turning 21 for the last like 21 years. How many of y'all been turning 21 for the last 21 years? I've been turning 21 for the last like 21 years. I'm telling you, and it's been really great. But Katie Couric, I love to watch Katie Couric and even Al Roker. And then remember what was that guy, Al Roker, the one he came and he caught a charge? It was Al Roker, Katie Couric, and what was his name? What do you guys remember his name? He was on the Today Show. It was Katie Couric, Katie Couric, um what was his name? He had the dark Al Roker, and then what's the one with he had the dark hair, the dark color hair. He had a short haircut, and he was they it was three, it was those three all the time. Do y'all remember his name? Let me see. Donnie, let me see. I'm trying to think. Hey Dorian, how are you? Let me see. Matt Lauer, yes. And then Matt Lauer, he caught a case. Remember, they were saying that Matt Lauer, he was doing something, putting locking doors with the women, doing some kind of stuff, and then they let him go. They like, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Yes, Matt Lauer. Thank you guys. Yes. I'm telling you, Dr. Shree says, yes, you look so young, Lauer. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody always thinks that a long time ago when my son was in high school, they were like, are y'all boyfriend and girlfriend? I was like, no, boyfriend and girlfriend. This is my son. They was laughing with the Walgreens, I think it was. And we were in line and I was like, hey son, da, 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 da," and the cashier, she's laughing. And I'm like, what's so funny? She said, I thought y'all was girlfriend, boyfriend. I was like, no, this is my baby. And I mean, I pushed this baby out like my baby. Not no old little sugar baby. No, he was my baby. Yes. So they always say, I know I look young. Thank you guys for the compliments, but I'm just not. I wish. But I turn 21 every year. 21 and a wake up. 21 and a wake up every year. I turn 21. Yes, that part. Dr. Shree says Lauer Lounge. Yes, Matt Lauer. I mean, I could not believe it when they said that about him. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my, Matt Lauer. Because y'all know, let me say this. We all have this thing, right? We all do. I know I do. Maybe some of y'all do, right? Or maybe some of y'all are probably been woke years ago. But when we see these people on TV, we couldn't wait. Like this is when I had cable years ago. I can't wait. Yeah, the Today Show come on. I start my day out with the Today Show. I got to listen to Al Roker with the dude with with the weather, Katie Couric and Matt Lauer. Al Roker, he's still there. But and then Savannah Guthrie. And then we thinking like we don't know these people, but we look up to them. We always will look up to them because we're like, they're on TV. These are like, I'm not saying our heroes, but these are people we would look up to. And now to see the last couple of years, especially last year, the year before last, remember Cat Williams said these people are disgusting. He had four people that tried to offer him $50 million for his booty hole, basically. And we're like, dang, are you serious? These people are offering $50 million 4 times to get to your virgin booty hole, Cat Williams. And then I'm like, oh my God. And then hearing about the red couch, the blue couch or whatever, the red couch, whatever. And then you're like, oh my God, these people. And it's starting just to come out what Diddy was doing, like all these people. Now we didn't see Bill Gates, Trump, all these people that got money, and we're like, oh my God, let me take a couple of steps back. These people, we don't know them. We never sat at the table, never broke bread with them. And then we're looking at them like they're just like they're gods, right? Like they're gods. Hey, babe, what's going on? Just being nosy. You just being nosy? What's going on? What you got? It ain't nothing to do. What's up? What you got? No, I'm covering the Super Bowl. I had to do another 8 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm just He did? Yep, to the Super Bowl. Jay-Z showed up to the Super Bowl, y'all. Hold up. Are you serious?
Yes, he did. But he showed up accompanied. He came there like a single father. Pure survival. Why are you showing up with Blue Ivy? Where's Beyonce? Y'all got all kinds of money for maids and caretakers and babysitters. She know you in hot water right now.
Breaking news, y'all. Oh,
Yeah, the divorce is going down. She didn't come, but
pure
he did
survival.
as a single father.
Oh Lord, Jay Z. Y'all breaking news. Jay Z that showed up to the Super Bowl without Beyonce. Oh, alopecia. Oh my God. Jay Z and Beyonce about to get a divorce. Beyonce said, I ain't going to no Super Bowl with you. You over here in the Epstein files. Got me looking like Willie Foo Foo and Willie Lump Lump. Beyonce then let him go and get out of here. Oh, Dida said, oh boy. Yes, it is going down. There's no way I'm supposed to be for the NBA, I mean NFL, and my baby is not going with me. My spouse is not going with me. Oh, alopecia, y'all. This breaking news. Jay-Z showed up to the Super Bowl without Beyonce. Showed up with the kid, with Blue Ivy. Whoa. Dr. Sheree says, yep, Jamil. Okay, you just seen it? No Beyonce, right? Oh. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that Beyonce is already submitted the divorce paperwork. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that Beyonce submitted a divorce paperwork because she said that you are in the Epstein files. And y'all remember, Jay-Z don't want to take a test because he is accused of being allegedly Ramir's father. And what happened? How did Jay-Z get Ramir's mom pregnant? I mean, how she got her pregnant, we already know. But at the age, do y'all know that Ramir's mother was only 15 years old when she was messing with Jay Z? So, what does that make Jay Z? A PDFer. That's why Jay Z does not want to take that test. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that that's why Jay Z don't want to take that test. Put a one in the chat if y'all think that this is why Jay-Z don't want to take that test. I see a one from Bob. Okay, Diamond, Trish, Swanky, okay, Whitney, Jim. Okay, we got John. We got RK. We got a lot of ones in the chat. Jay-Z does not want to take that test, and Ramir is 30 something years old. If I knew I wasn't the dad, I would have been take that test to shut him up and say, here's a test, swab my mouth, take the swab. If you need some blood, take it. Because I'm a proof that I'm not the father. Jay-Z does not want to be accused of what he's been accused for, and that's a PDFer. Remember, he was accused of messing with that young girl, 13, with him and Diddy last year. And remember, Epstein, not Epstein, remember, what's Tony Busby was going back and forth with Jay-Z. And Busby was like, no, you did this to this child, this, that, and the third. I mean, the story was kind of crazy. But then it's not far fetched because Jay Z has his son, Ramir, his alleged son, who is Jay Z allegedly got his mom pregnant at 15. And they're saying that Jay Z was messing with Aaliyah. They say Jay Z was messing with Tony, I mean, not Tony, what's Foxy Brown when they were all 14, 15 years old, 16. Wow. Whitney said Beyonce guilty too. Yes, absolutely. Michael says Foxy Brown was young. Yes, Foxy Brown was young. And they said even the people that was around him, some of Jay-Z's artists, they were saying they seen Jay-Z going to pick up Foxy Brown, buying Foxy Brown, all kind of stuff, picking her up from high school. And I was like, whoa. He was picking her up from high school, Foxy Brown. So that had to be 14, 15, or 16. You picking up a child and you 27 years old? That is, yes, creepy. Somebody says that's creepy. Lori says creepy is right. Yes, that is creepy. Can y'all imagine? That is like creepy. Could y'all imagine if y'all had a son, or maybe even a brother that's they 27 years old talking about they going to pick up somebody at the high school at 27 years old? At 27? You are going or however, I think it was 27 or 24, even 24. And you going to pick up you 24, you going to pick up a girl from high school, you calling it your girlfriend, you cooling out, driving, taking her here, taking her to McDonald's. That is disgusting. And his artist that he had said that he was aware of all of these things that Jay-Z was doing. So when people are now we're all informed that Jay-Z was in the Epstein files too. He's a nasty PDF for too, allegedly, according to the files, was doing stuff. And we know that Ramir, he didn't want to take a paternity test. And Ramir has been trying to get to a paternity test to find out if Jay-Z's a father, which we know he is, because he looks just like Jay-Z. I mean, his teeth and all, except for Ramir's teeth is a little on the buttery side. You know, he got the little butter on there, but that's because he ain't had no money because he's trying to fight to find out if Jay-Z is his father. And can y'all believe that they even just a few weeks ago, or sometime soon, I mean, I don't know when, but they were trying to make Ramir pay like 100 some thousand dollars for like Jay-Z's attorneys or something crazy like that. Like, this boy, he is broke, a regular everyday person. And I'm not saying broke because I'm not gonna call him broke, but I'm saying he don't have no money to be paying no $100,000 for no attorney fees for Jay-Z, just because Jay-Z is nasty. And even I think his lawyer was in the Epstein files. So that tells you right there. Is it a PDFer protecting another PDFer? Put a one in the chat if y'all think that, because how is Jay-Z and his lawyer in the Epstein files? And then you got Jay-Z uh, being pushed by hey Tammy, how are you? Welcome. You got Jay-Z being pushed by Tony Busby, because Tony Busby was like, you was there, Jay-Z. You and Diddy was there. Remember, they had brought J Ho Ho Merry Christmas in there too. And then J Lo, she got lost. We didn't know where she was. We ain't heard a peep from her. And then Diddy, he was going through all his stuff. And then when Jay-Z was his lawyer got up there, remember Jay-Z's lawyer was saying all kind of stuff, talking about Jay-Z. Oh, him and Diddy, they ain't friends. But then we go on Google and we search Diddy and Jay-Z, and we see they're sipping wine, have the wine bottle, they like turning up, partying, all kind of stuff. And Jay-Z's lawyer said, "Oh no, he don't know Diddy like that." So you trying to tell me that my eyes is playing tricks on me? All of these 5011 pictures that Diddy and Jay-Z had together on Google are were they photoshopped or maybe AI? Huh? This sounds suspicious, right? Tabby says Jay's lawyer in them files. Yes, his lawyer is in them files. So is it one PDFer covering another PDFer? Tammy, if you did not hear breaking news, Jay-Z showed up at the Super Bowl with Blue Ivy. Beyonce is nowhere in the picture. Beyonce said, I'm getting rid of you, Jay-Z, you and your camel mouth and them lips and them teeth. I'm getting rid of you. She did not go to the Super Bowl. She didn't go to the Super Bowl. Is this the divorce on the horizon? Because see, I mean, there's been a couple of things. Remember when Solange slapped Jay-Z up in the elevator? Do y'all remember that? Remember Solange was giving Jay-Z a couple of 12-piece and 4 biscuits to go. She was slapping him upside his head. She was doing, I mean, she was tearing him up on the elevator. Now you got Jay-Z scared to ride an elevator. He's scared to ride an elevator. He's like, if y'all got any hotel rooms anywhere past the 3rd floor, I can't go because I'm scared of the elevator. What's going on? I'm like, what's going on? He can't get on the elevator because he is scared. He said that he does not want to get on the elevator because he was traumatized because Solange Beyonce's sister slapped them up for some stuff going on. And I believe because Beyonce's sister, Solange, she knows all of the bad and crazy stuff that Jay-Z was doing. Yeah. She knows all of this stuff. So she was handing him 12 pieces and 4 biscuits to go on the elevator. So I'm like, whoa. And then he was in the Diddy and Jay-Z files, not Diddy and Jay-Z lawsuit. Then he pops up in the Epstein files. And then Ramir has been fighting him for so long to try to take a paternity test. It's crazy. Hey TY, it's crazy. TY says, okay, TY says watching the game, watching the okay, wait, hold on. Watching the game, my friend way too much hate in the chat. Be good. Oh, okay, TY, thank you. Tammy says, I'm waiting for Beyonce's name to come up. Oh, yeah, I think her name may be in I think her name may be in the files too. And maybe this is her probably trying to disassociate herself with Jay-Z, even. No, that's your husband. Because come on, let's be for real, let's be honest, right? If you're married or even got a girlfriend or boyfriend, you know what them jokers is up to. You know what them jokers is up to. There's no way you are with somebody and you don't know what type of time they're on. I'm sorry. You are with somebody and you don't know what type of time they're on. If Jay-Z's coming in there saying, hey Beyonce, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hey, loving myself. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, B. I'll be right back. And she's like, well, where are you going? Don't you worry about where I'm going. I'll be back. Now, wouldn't you find that to be suspicious? Like you doing something. But even also, were they doing stuff together? Were they doing stuff together? Hmm. It makes you wonder, right? It makes you wonder, like, were they all up? They was probably all up in the files. I mean, all kind of people's in them files. It's getting crazy. It is getting very, very suspicious, very most serious. Because people are flipping through those files left and right. And they got all kind of people in them files. Hmm. I wonder, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. But Jay-Z showed up. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find it where he then showed up by himself. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Swole up. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see, because I'm telling you, I want to see where Jay-Z was over there without Beyonce at the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, y'all, this is crazy. But I wouldn't be surprised, like Tammy said, I wouldn't be surprised that she comes up in the Epstein files. I wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, um, let me see. Let me see. Um, let me see. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not. Let me see. I would not. And then they said allegedly Jay-Z unalived his whole family, like some stuff that was going on. I think D-Dot, you know about that stuff. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Tammy says ain't nobody handcuffed to this live, y'all. Okay, if they acting disrespectful, Tammy and loving myself and D-Dot, all my mods, TY, put them out. Put them to the block party because we're not going to be playing no games with nobody at all. Y'all don't want to be respectful, then y'all don't have to, be here. Nobody's crying. You see me crying? I don't never cry, baby. Absolutely not. I'm not crying, hollering, or slinging snot. Oh, yes, it is. So hold up, y'all. Hold up. This is what we found. This is what we found. So we got Jay-Z and Blue Ivy. Where is Beyonce? Where's Beyonce at? Jay-Z, where Beyonce? Beyonce, where you at, girl? Beyonce, where you at, girl? Wow. So Beyonce, she is not at that Super Bowl with him, but like I said, like Tammy said she'll probably be in them files soon too. She Let me see. And of course, because they were saying, remember, Jay-Z was going out of the country. And did he return that quick, fast, in a hurry? Because y'all know these people got jets, they got planes, and they can go and do a lot of things when they are on them jets, right? Diddy has a jet too. But yeah, they are saying that. Let me see. They are saying, uh-oh. Okay, let's check this out, y'all. Let's check this out.
Other question that might be floating around in your head is who even decides who the halftime show headliner is? According to NFL Communications, the league itself oversees production, partnering with Jay Z's company Rock Nation since 2019 as live music entertainment strategist. Seth Dudowski, the NFL's head of music, told AP, "We really wanted to start to focus on leading to culture, whether that's the culture of the city, what's happening in culture at large. Jay Z advises on performer choices, with the stated goal of achieving global appeal. So, we're talking about a process that's based on influencing the culture. However, a question remains. What is it that the NFL heads and Jay Z want to influence Americans with?" Another question that might be floating around in your head.
Wow. So who's performing tonight? You guys, do y'all know? I think D Dot was saying, I think you guys, some of y'all said it earlier. I think somebody, I don't know. Because a lot of these people, I don't even know who they are. If they ain't Michael Jackson or Prince or somebody, some of these people I don't even know. Okay, Bad Bunny. Jeff says Bad Bunny. Okay, who is Bad Bunny? Who? Let me check because I remember D Dot did say Bad Bunny. Who? eh, these names, y'all. These names these childrens come out with. Y'all, these names is something. Okay, Green Day and Bad Bunny. Okay, let's see. Let me see who's Green Bunny because I mean Bad Bunny. Let me see who is Bad Bunny. Hold on. Let's see who is Bad Bunny because I don't know. These childrens be having all kind of stuff. These childrens be into all, and I don't even know. Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican rapper singer. Oh, okay. Okay? Put a one in the chat if y'all know who Bad Bunny is. I don't know who Bad Bunny is, but I'm gonna see who Bad Bunny is. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see this. For y'all don't know Bad Bunny. I don't know him, but let's see what Bad Bunny who he is.
Use the Super Bowl to make a political statement. I think that regardless of what he does or doesn't do, his presence there is deeply political.
Bad Bunny, as the pick for the Super Bowl halftime show, has thrust the Puerto Rican artist into the middle of a national conversation on politics, language, and immigration.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it.
But his politics long precede the Super Bowl.
And I'm an associate professor of Latin American and Caribbean history at the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Orel Melendez Barrio isn't just any history professor.
I'd like to joke that Bad Bunny slid into my DMs.
He became Bad Bunny's historian and wrote vignettes of Puerto Rican history to be coupled with the digital release of songs.
Benito has been taking political stances throughout his career. However, this record feels more intimate.
Wait, hold on, y'all. Is Bad Bunny a gay singer? You guys, do y'all know? Put a one in the chat if he is. Because some Jimmy saying that he's a gay professor. Okay, Dr. Sharice put a one. So Bad Bunny is gay. He's a gay singer. See, I don't even know Bad Bunny. Never heard of him. Never heard anybody talk about him either. I don't know. Okay, y'all, let's continue.
Recently awarded Album of the Year at the Grammys, the first Spanish language album to win that honor, made a splash for the way it mixed history, politics, and the culture of the island.
The first song of the record, Nueva York.
Okay, hey Isabel, how are you? Okay, Isabel said no, he's not gay. Oh, okay. So he's not a gay singer. Okay, I don't like I said, I've never heard of Bad Bunny before or heard anybody mention Bad Bunny, but I guess he's a Puerto Rican singer, I think, if I'm understanding that correctly. Wow, he has 51.7 billion active. He has 51.7 million subscribers. That's a lot of subscribers. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Bad Bunnies, let me see. Reacts to Kid Rock rival. Let me just see, because I don't know. Okay, let me see. what this says. Hold on. Let's see what this says. Let me skip that. Hold on.
And delivering a message that resonated far beyond any press release ever could.
Before I say thanks to God, I'm gonna say eyes out.
What unfolded wasn't just about two competing shows. It was about representation, about streaming numbers that spoke for themselves, and about one artist's journey to a record breaking moment that changed the entire conversation. October 2025 brought the NFL's announcement that Bad Bunny would headline Super Bowl 60 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. His real name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, a 31-year-old artist from Puerto Rico who performs primarily in Spanish, which automatically makes him a United States citizen, whether people realize it or not. Roger Goodell.
Oh wow. And you guys, if you guys don't know, maybe a lot of people don't know and don't feel bad if you don't. But a lot of people be like, is Puerto Rico a part of the US? Yes, Puerto Rico is a US territory. It's a part of the US.
The NFL commissioner called him one of the great artists in the world and emphasized that the Super Bowl platform exists to unite people and bring them together with creativity and talent. Others questioned the choice immediately, some asking why the Super Bowl would feature a Puerto Rican artist who performs in Spanish. And one person even claimed the performer should be an American, despite Bad Bunny literally holding US citizenship. Three main criticisms emerged: that he performs only in Spanish, that he's been politically outspoken, and that he doesn't represent what they considered traditional Super Bowl values. The sitting president told the New York Post in January, "I'm anti them. I think it's a terrible choice. All it does is sow hatred. Terrible." Though he later claimed he didn't even know who Bad Bunny was, which raised its own questions. Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization, responded to Bad Bunny's selection by announcing they would host an alternative halftime show. Charlie Kirk founded TPUSA back in 2012, and after he passed in September 2025, his widow Erica Kirk stepped in as CEO and chair. Monday, February 2nd.
Oh, okay, okay. So basically, okay, so that is who Bad Bunny is. I've never heard of Bad Bunny before, like I said. I've never heard of Bad Bunny. And y'all said somebody else was performing at the somebody else was performing. Y'all said Bad Bunny and who else? Somebody else was performing. Who else did y'all say? Bad Bunny and there was somebody else performing at the Super Bowl. I can't remember who y'all said. Let me see. Green Day. Okay. I think the Green Day, I think I heard of Green Day. I think I heard of them before. Let me see. I think I heard of Green Day. Green Day, aren't they a band? Let me see. I think they're a band. Green Day is a band. Let me see. Hold on. I think I heard of Green Day before. I'm sorry, Green Day. I think I heard of them before. Let me see. Let me see. I think I heard of them before. Green Day, yeah, rock band. Yes, I heard of them before. I heard of them. Yes, I heard of Green Day before. Okay, yeah, I heard of Green Day before. Okay, yes, I heard of Green Day before. Yes, yes, yes. I heard of Green Day before. Definitely heard of them before. So, okay, okay. So I definitely, yeah, I definitely heard of them. Uh-oh, hold on, y'all. What in the world? Yeah, I definitely heard of them before. But yeah, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I definitely heard of them before. So that's who's performing. But Jay-Z, he is not there. I mean, Beyonce is not there. And I just wonder what's gonna happen. What do y'all think is gonna happen with the Epstein files? Do y'all think that anything is going to happen with the Epstein files? Do y'all think they're going to send out some arrest warrants? I mean, are they going to arrest these people? Do y'all think they're going to do anything to these uh, high rich people, ultra rich people? Do y'all think so? Okay, Angel says no. Um, let's see. Yenny, I think Urine says impossible. We says nope. Do y'all so y'all don't think anything hold on. So y'all don't think that there's anything that's gonna come out of that? The Epstein file situation, y'all? Y'all don't think there's not gonna be anybody that gets arrested? Nobody? You know, they say Trump's health is declining. Did y'all hear about that? They're saying Trump's health is declining. Um, so who's to say? Is y'all think he's gonna make it even to his full term? Because Trump's health is looking really bad. I just seen this on the video just the other day. They were saying how bad his health is declining. And they were also saying that Trump, you know, he when I guess in certain meetings he has, that they'll be asking him something and then he be like all in left field saying like they ask him, well, who's gonna do this? And he'd be like, yeah, the sky is blue, the sky is purple. And they're like, what are you talking about, Trump? Like, what you talking about? So who's to say he may not even make it to his 4 years with the way that his health is? Because they said his health is declining. They say his health is really, really declining. So I don't know. Who's to say? I don't know. But do y'all think that I mean, why is it that they have such a how can I say it? They get a pass versus somebody on the streets. If somebody on the streets was a PDFer, y'all, they would have arrest them, throw them up under the jail. Then when they get to jail, they be treating them all bad and stuff. Cause y'all know people in jail don't like PDFers, right? So what makes them just because they got money any different? What makes them any different? That's just like saying a thief is a thief, but you're gonna treat them extra special because you know for whatever reason. Like the rules should apply to everybody. Like, why does it have to be that you, because you have money, you don't have to face these charges? You just face the humiliation rituals, I guess. Like letting everybody know you was in the Epstein files, right? But if it was Joe Snow on the corner, an everyday person in the projects, in the trailer park, on the corner, in the low income housing, wherever they may live, you're a PDFer, you get rounded up quick, fast, in a hurry. And that's why I do not comprehend at all any PDFer doing bad things to children. That I'm going to sit there and still like praise them. I'm going to still support them knowing they've been doing all these nasty things. I mean, could y'all read the Epstein files? Y'all see Trump was putting his finger in these young girls' private area, trying to measure tightness to see how tight their private area is. Do y'all know how disgusting that is? If that was a next door neighbor, somebody else, they'd be in jail. They will be in jail. Tammy says Democrats and Republicans are in them. Yes, facts. That's why I don't vote and I'm not into politics. They are all nasty. They're all dirty, probably sleeping with each other, passing puff, puff, give. All of them are doing the same thing. While the regular people, are suffering. Some people can't even afford health insurance. Some people are going hungry. But they're the ones making the laws. They got all the money up there. I mean, everything is lavish up there. But everybody below them, they treat them like crap. They treat them bad. Even taking food stamps from people who are like elderly, they can't even work. And now they ain't got no food. And they did that right before Thanksgiving. Right before Thanksgiving. People probably couldn't even afford to have a Thanksgiving meal because of them. But go to their table, they have lobsters, I mean, all kind of stuff. All the lavish foods and people cooking for them and all kind of stuff. Where you got people that were going hungry and really, really needed that. Some people who cannot work really cannot work. Now, there's people out here perpetrating fraud. They don't want to work because they want to hang out and do all this stuff. They lazy. They don't want to work. But I'm talking about those who really, really need the money, really, really need the finances, right? Tammy says, "Are you Big Remy?" Oh, wait, hold on, Tammy, hold on. Some people acting crazy, you can put them out, Tammy. Send them to the block party. Send them to the block party. Um, but yeah, so it's crazy. It's like it's really crazy, y'all. It's really crazy. But I really don't think, like I said, I don't think that they're gonna do anything to these people. I don't think so. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Why? Because these people got so much money. Do y'all think that they killed Epstein? Do y'all think that they killed Epstein because he was the main person that was his island? He had everybody that came to his house, right? Dr. Shreese says no accountability. Absolutely, Dr. Shreese. No accountability at all. None. No accountability. None at all. So I don't think for one moment that anything is going to happen. Okay, they're exposed. They're exposed, but that's all that happens to them. But whenever there's a PDFer, everyday person, even when they get out of jail, because I got an alert the other day. Oh, you got a PDFer in your neighborhood. Do y'all get those alerts too? If y'all have the ring camera, for those who have ring cameras, and you on the ring camera sign up thing, and then they send you all kind of stuff. They let you know when the PDFers get out of jail, where they live at, all kind of stuff. They even send a picture to let you know what the PDFer look like. I was like, whoa. But these people that are higher up, you ain't seeing them even go to jail. Hey, Dr. J, how are you? Welcome. You don't see them going to jail. You don't see them getting no mug shots and no ring alert camera, ring alert alerts for the neighborhood. Nothing. Nothing at all. So it's not fair that these people, they make these rules, but the rules don't apply to them. They only apply to people down there. You can go and do this and you can go and do that, but it don't apply. So it's crazy. It's really, really crazy how they are not being held to the same standard, the same that everybody else is being held to. Like, what makes them so special? Because they got money, but we breathe the same air. If I cut you, you cut me, we cut each other, I cut myself, you cut yourself, we still bleed the same red blood. So, what makes you any specialer than me? One PDFer in the neighborhood. Cause y'all know if there's PDFs in the neighborhood, y'all be trying to lock doors. Y'all be trying to make sure they don't come around your children. You don't come around your nieces, your nephews. Y'all lock up everything. Hurry up, get in the house. Kids can't go outside and play. But you got them, they in the White House, running and doing this, even going overseas doing their dirt, doing all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff that they should be held responsible for their actions. But they not. And I don't believe they will. I don't believe that they will. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't believe it. I'm not holding my breath and hoping and wishing that they gonna get some charges. But we gonna see, like I said, don't hold y'all's breath either, because y'all may pass away from holding y'all's breath. Because there's no way that these people have been doing this for a long time and nothing has been done, and it has been brought to the forefront. It's only like a humiliation ritual. Oh yeah, you was in the files. Everybody seemed like they was in the files. Dr. Cherie says God will check them. Believe me. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. He will. And this is why I don't understand why they always like, oh God and Jesus, God and Jesus. You're raping these children. You're putting your finger in a little girl's private area, like M wording her, DVing her, essaying her, and you got the nerve to talk about Jesus and God? That's sick. Cause like I said, y'all sit and get a ring if y'all got the ring camera, and see a PDF that lives a mile away or even next door. 3 minutes away. Y'all gonna be like locked up, and y'all gonna see them and probably, you know what I'm saying? Even some people probably treat them bad and all kind of stuff. Because I know when they go to prison and they go in there and they know that them men or women are PDFers, oh, they putting hands, and the guards is turning around acting like they ain't seen nothing. Next thing you know, they in there beating one of them PDFers up. But it's okay for them because they're rich to be walking around. Y'all, it's crazy. This world is crazy, but we got to stay prayed up. Psalms 91, y'all. Stay prayed up. Watch your surroundings. Be careful out there. Watch y'all's children, grandchildren, the neighbors' kids, you know, neighborhood kids, family kids, kids in the family, whatever. Because people are sick. And these children are getting their childhood snatched and taken away, and they shouldn't. So just stay prayed up. Psalms 91, canopy of protection. Hey, celebrity scandalous, how are you? Welcome. Stay protected because you don't know. Even these people, they be like, drop your kids off. They haven't practiced, but you don't have to stay. What do you mean I don't have to stay? I'm not dropping my child off to you. Celebrity Scandalous says Psalms 91. Yes, the canopy of protection, Celebrity Scandalous. We got to stay prayed up and protected because these devils are out here running amok in these streets. But they expect for you to drop your children off. And oh, you can go if you got any groceries, you can run to the grocery store and stuff like that. You don't know what these people can do, DVSA, and do these bad things to your kids in a matter of seconds. Soon as you go out the door, they're doing all these horrible things. You come back, your kids acting weird and strange, and you're like, what's going on? That's why when my kids were younger, absolutely not. They had track, they had football. Guess where I was at? I was right there. Yeah, I was boots on ground, sitting on the bleachers, sitting in my car if they're right outside for track and stuff like that. I am right there, all eyes on my children, because I don't trust none of them jokers. You cannot trust them because there's some people, some PDFers too, that will go out there and just look at these, because y'all know these kids, these little young girls, they is built up like brick houses, and just because they're built up like brick houses don't mean that they're grown. They're still babies, they're still children, innocent children. But y'all know the stuff in the food is making them, boys and girls become looking older than what they are. But y'all just watch y'all's children, watch your grandchildren. Y'all even be careful out there because you don't never know when there's going to be a situation where y'all have to call on Psalms 91. Celebrity Scandalous says, the ones that work at the school, you have say that again, Celebrity Scandalous. I was just talking about this earlier. Remember when there was like a whole thing where the teachers, what was that what was that lady's name? She was a teacher, remember, in Florida, and she got her boyfriend or her student pregnant, and she was married. And then she went to jail for 7 years. She came out and she married him, the student, and then she had another child, and then she passed away. Did y'all hear about that? Do y'all remember that name? I think her name was it Mary Kay Letourneau? Was it Mary Kay Letourneau, you guys? Do y'all remember that? Um, Celebrity says, "Yep, yeah, that was a movie. Yeah, was it Mary Kay Letourneau? I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she died. Celebrities, she sure did. She died. Yeah, she died. Yeah, she went to jail, came out, had another baby for him, and then she died. Yeah, God don't like ugly. God don't bless no mess. Telling you, God don't bless no mess when you are a grown woman messing with that little boy and he got you pregnant. You had a whole husband at the house. You have a whole husband at the house and you messing with these babies? You know how sick and disturbing that is? Could you imagine a grown woman pregnant by a 13 or 14-year-old? What in the world? I'm like, whoa. And it was a pandemic with that. It was like an epidemic. Remember, there was a lot of these young teachers and they were doing they were messing with the teenagers, and then there was one last year. I think she's awaiting trial right now. I think she was out of like the East Coast, Virginia or somewhere up on the East Coast, and she got pregnant by at school. She got pregnant too. There's a couple of them, a whole lot of them, messing with these young children. They getting pregnant, boys having kids at 13. You're like, boy, you ain't even finished playing with the GI Joes and the little what's them called, the little Tonka cars, and you got a baby. Like, shouldn't you be out there playing like hide go seek, jumping off roofs, like riding bikes and skateboards and scooters? I'm telling you, y'all just be careful. That's why I never like my kids to go anywhere. I was protective. Like, you ain't going to grandma's house, you cousins them out. You ain't going, no, absolutely not. Can I spend? No, you not spending the night nowhere. No. Uh-uh. No. Celebrity says a grown woman messing with a child is sick. Yes, it's very sick and very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. Very sick and disturbing. Like, what is wrong? You got like are you a mental case? You doing these things to these children. These children should have a childhood to grow up. They should not have their childhood taken from them by a sick person. It's crazy. It's crazy. But y'all, I'm not gonna keep y'all. We've been on here for a minute. I'm not gonna keep y'all. Trump and this craziness, the Obama thing, he took down, but he was prejudiced and racist from what everybody is saying. And I do believe that was very racist for him to put the Obamas up there and put them in on their face on some monkeys. That was very racist. And a lot of people are calling him out for it. But he doesn't want to apologize. He just want to apologize. But that's okay. At least we know where he stands, right? At least we know where he stands. Okay. When you know where people stand, you're like, okay, you just stay over there and I'll stay over here, right? Tammy, Tammy says, very racist. Yes, very, 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 very racist. And I don't have a racist bone in my body. I would not be doing and calling these people out of their names or making memes and stuff like that. Never would do that. But that's what people do. That's what they do. That's what they do. But it is what it is. But y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all. Thank y'all for showing up and showing out. Thank y'all, all of my mods, for everybody who hit the Cash App, because I got Cash Apps and I don't know where they're coming from because they were coming through. Thank everybody for the Cash Apps. And y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all. Always lead with love, peace, and tranquility. And stay Psalms 91 up. Celebrity says people that do that are probably insecure. Absolutely. I totally agree. I agree, celebrity. They are insecure. They're lacking something. They had some kind of childhood trauma, and then they're bringing it into their adulthood, and they just have some issues they need to take care of that they didn't. That are doing and they're doing this to these children. So y'all just stay prayed up. Sassy, hey Sassy says hurt people. Absolutely. Hurt people because they're so hurt, they're balled up, and they want to see other people doing bad or other people hurting just like them because they're hurt. So it's crazy. But y'all lead with love, peace, and tranquility. Yes, celebrity Psalms 91. Psalms 91, canopy of protection, y'all. Just watch it. Keep y'all eyes, head on a swivel. Be careful out there. Stay Psalms 91 up. Lead with love, peace, and tranquility. As I always say, love each and every one of you guys. And y'all, we will see y'all in the next live.